Welcome to Dynamic Sport Adventures, offering outdoor adventures in hiking, backpacking, wilderness camping, snowshoeing, leave no trace, animal tracking, wild edibles, and much, much more. Let Dynamic Sport Adventures help you get outdoors.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Dynamic Sport Adventures. We're still out tracking today. It's turned out to be a beautiful day. I've come up this little knoll. There's a valley down there. There's a valley over there. And I want to show you a little something about deer beds. They usually will pick a piece of high ground, especially when the day's getting warmer like this, because the scents will rise up from the forest floor up the hills so they can catch a scent. But a common thing that people don't know, you'll see these deer beds there. You can see right there where a deer's laid. There's another one over there. I'm going to walk. I counted 4 in here. But what's unique about the way they do things, a lot of people don't know when tracking, you can see the deer bed here. And if you notice, this out here is his rump. They'll tuck, you can see the edge of where he's tucked his rear legs in, one over top of the other, and then they'll curl in their front feet and actually lay their head or tuck their nose on them. Sometimes you'll be able to see a spot where the nose is tucked in, or if it's deeper snow, where they melt the snow. So this deer here, I'll back up a little bit. You'll see this bed here. There's one there, one over there, and one over there. This deer, because that's his rump, it's facing that way. Facing that way, looking down over here and keeping an eye on there. Now this deer over here, as we walk over, if you'll notice, now we're walking away from that one that was just laying there. You notice this deer here is now facing that way, almost the opposite direction as this other one. And you can see where his back hind legs melted in, where he tucked it underneath there, and where he tucked his front legs in there, keeping his head curled in. And again, there's the rump. So this one's facing that way. That one over there was facing kind of like that way. This one's looking at, if you watch this here, we're going to go pan right over to this one. And if you notice, this one here now is actually facing towards the one we just saw. So again, smaller deer, but here's the rear. The legs are floating on it. So they're looking at each other. So this one could see that one that's way over the first one. This one could see over this way. And what this one can see here is another one over here. And now this one again, the rear, the front facing that way. They're all facing in different directions and they're all looking at each other. So what happens is, now if you can see that, if some movement happens, an ear will flicker, the deer will put his head up, this other deer will see that, and then the other deer will see him, and then boom, 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 right down the line. That's how they'll alert themselves, and they're stationed out through this knoll. And if you can look down into the woods, the heat rises up off the forest floor, and the scents rise up where they can smell us sitting on top of this knoll. And if they hear a sound, that ear will flicker. This one deer will see that deer because they're all facing in opposite directions, and then they actually position themselves. Something unique. So the next time you're out tracking, try to figure out by the way the deer is laying. Again, rump facing that way. That deer there is facing this deer. Rump facing that way, right towards that other deer. And again, the first deer that we saw down there is facing this way and actually on an angle facing back. So they're actually all looking north, south, east, west, almost. Little things you want to observe when you're out tracking. Check it out next time you're out in the woods on a deer bed. See if you can pick out each direction that they're laying in. Get outdoors. Happy hiking. Thanks for watching Dynamic Sport Adventures.